Hey, yo, what's up?
Hey, what's up, buddy? So,
Doing my thing. Doing my laundry on Saturday night.
Yeah. Now, usually you're up in the evening times and sleep in the morning, usually.
I don't sleep a lot.
Right.
Believe it or not. But I'm usually up late at night, yeah. I'll be up late tonight.
I find it hard to wind down. Like, I feel like the tiredness coming on, and then I resist it. And then when I actually go to lay down, I start to, think about all the different things, and it's hard to kind of relax and unwind and, let it go.
They chase around your brain. They chase the thoughts, too.
Yeah, definitely.
They're mirrored around. There's so many things, yeah.
So many things going on.
FTX is, that guy looks weird, doesn't he? He looks Sam together or something. He looks like a devil or something.
Sam Bankman-Friedman, is that what it is?
I think so. I can't remember. I think it's just something Friedman.
They had like an acronym for him where he was SBC, or I don't know. I couldn't keep up with it, but I'm surprised that they even bothered to somehow like bust the guy. Like I don't understand why they don't. I feel like there's a bunch of companies that are in the same position probably, and the Securities and Exchange Commission could probably come in and deal justice to, but it doesn't seem like, I mean, what happened there that made his whole situation pop, It's kind of strange.
I don't know. I know he's still
Jewish. I think they have this subliminal anti-Semitism going on, It seems to be, especially in the Republican Party a little bit. I've been noticing that there's some little bit like Jared Kushner, like everybody hates him. And I'm like, have any of these people even met these people? They're like in the family. You got Ivanka Trump over there with Jared Kushner and the president. And they're like, yeah, we hate Jared because he really screwed the president. And I'm just thinking, like, what goes on there that I don't see,
Well, once you're a billionaire, I suppose social norms completely change, and you have a whole new set of rules that you go by and
right.
things that you do. I don't know. The whole elite crowd is so trippy at it, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I worry about the Republican Party. I worry that they're just going to march off. They have these grievances. They have been seriously wronged by the communists, like Marxist left, taking over institutions and running some of the Trump supporters into the ground. And I think that they're going to march back, and if they're not careful, the Republicans, I mean, they obviously have no idea how to coordinate a mass movement, but somebody could come along and take advantage of that mass movement. Everyone's wearing the red hats, and they could get them all to become more fascist. That's what I worry about, is that real hard fascism, that corporatism type style, and I think that we have that same kind of paradigm where we have the left versus right. We have this communist, this ultra internationalist elite communism, and then in the country we have this hard grassroots based like fascist nationalist movement, Christian right people, you know what I mean? And they're kind of getting in there together. The Catholics too. I noticed with Steve Bannon, he's able to, programs like that with his new right, they're able to merge this political movement together, which I understand it. Like, I mean, I feel the same way as an individual in America. I feel like that we're being terribly abused by Washington D.C. and Nancy Pelosi types and Barack Obama in the background. But I think that, the people are being marshaled up, and if this populist movement isn't carefully choreographed well, it can become something bad, just like what happened on January 6th. I don't think anybody was intending for that to happen, even while it was happening. I don't think that they were conscious of what the spectacle was and how it was being used. But I think,
I like I said, I think I had a friend that was there, and he said he felt a strong presence of Democrat agitators,
right,
and acting like Trump supporters, trying to fire people up and get them, to act violently.
I saw a lot of people in the videos. It got pointed out to me, which isn't immediately obvious, but there's a lot of dudes wearing their Trump hats backwards, and they were wearing the American flag around their necks like capes, and they were fighting the police. They were doing a bunch of stuff that Trump people wouldn't do, or just you wouldn't think that wasn't the norm,
Well, they didn't have any guns.
Right.
There were no guns. And you compare that to the riots shortly thereafter, all through the United States, the riots, and they were much worse than January 6th, I think.
Right.
And nothing was done about it. or very little was done. They're going to go through and destroy police stations and city halls.
It was, you could see that it was organized and energized by like these ground troops, these hardcore Antifa ground troops, and it was paid for. So I mean, when I look back at it now and hear a lot of the investigative reporting, like people were paying hard money for people to go out and do this protesting, like people, you know what I mean? And also at the same time, we were running this COVID situation where all the schools and all the colleges were out. So everyone, all the young people weren't in the colleges. And so this whole thing was carefully organized, you know?
Orchestrated for sure.
And then we all have to become these conspiracy theorists now because we can see that the World Health Organization is, and the CDC and the institutes for, the National Institutes for Health, the NIH, you know what I mean? So if you go back and look at all these moving parts later, you can see that they were all bought and sold. And China is a huge contributor to the World Health Organization too. So these guys are playing a massive game. It reminds me of like how they set off World War II as well, you know?
Or World War I, or the whole 9/11, deal.
Well, people are really starting to line up, and of course, you can believe what you want. I mean, you can have your own perspective on all these events, but if you see that the deep state really intervened in the beginning when they killed JFK and put LBJ in there, and they've been pulling the same kind of stunts ever since, and they've kind of maintained that progress of power there. I think they haven't given over. They basically, when they took that presidency over after JFK, I think they just maintained it. I don't think it's been a real republic or a real democracy.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of maintaining the presidential office with the emergency war powers, those executive orders, and just making sure that the empire is being steered the way they want it to go. You know, so they obviously wanted to rebuild Iraq. They did. They spent a lot of money. They still are, you know. Dubai is like one of the biggest financial centers in the world right now. So people are taking their positions.
Yeah, just the Wolfowitz doctrine laid it out in the 1990s, what they wanted to do, and they did it, and it's done. Remember the catastrophe? There has to be a catastrophe along the lines of Pearl Harbor or worse.
Right. Something, and that was what, just a short time before. Yeah,
that was I believe 96, if I'm not mistaken.
Right
around then.
So what else has been going on? We've just been kind of hunkering down and trying to keep the economy is terrible. I don't know how it is with you over there, but the inflation, it's horrible. Like, we're being ground down, and they're letting so many illegal immigrants in here. And it's not a matter of being like xenophobic or anything like that, but just economically, as a national enterprise, you can't just have all these people pour in who are taking advantage of the system and not really paying into it. You know what I'm saying? It becomes like a
neo-Marxist wet dream. What it's going to become.
Yeah. You have. I mean, think about how this works. I mean, you were born in the hospital, and then you give a birth certificate. You stamp your foot, and then you get a social security number, and that's so that they can tie all your taxes together with you as a tax identifying number with the federal government. And your entire life, you're supposed to pay into all these taxes into the government, and they give you some kind of return. And in the meantime, as they play with your money, they're going to save some for you in Social Security and so on and so forth. And all this, the Federal Reserve System, which prints the money out, and the IRS, which sucks all the money back in, were just these users of these like Federal Reserve notes. So it's astonishing to me because they actually they borrow all this money based on the good faith and credit of the American people, which is us, because we have to repay all that money that's being borrowed. That's a debt currency, and when they print it out, they're borrowing tremendous volumes of money, and we have to pay back that interest. And in the meantime, all these other people are pouring into the country who are not from America, and they don't have Social Security numbers, and they're not actually technotronically tied to the debt. You know what I mean?
How are they tracking them? I thought they were using phones. I thought they were giving them phones, and they were tracking them with the phones.
I guess that's where we're at now.
Somewhere.
No, you're totally right, bro. I mean, we're at this point now where we don't really need IDs anymore. We just all have phones, and anybody can be found. You know?
Yeah.
It's astonishing.
Elon Musk made the statement that that we basically are cyborgs. We just carry the phone around instead of having it implanted in us.
Right. We're definitely a cybernetic age. You know what I mean? We really are. It's happened quite quickly because our kids are starting to grow up with these devices. But before, in our time when we were younger, it was just totally analog world, you know. And it's it's a very delicate, thin thread though that ties all these systems together with the satellites, and you have the Chinese and the Russians like trying to find a way to put together robotics in space where they can knock down satellites. That's what I heard. That's where the main battleground is.
I heard China can do it. I don't know if Russia can, but China, remember, it wasn't too long ago they shot one of their own satellites down.
Mm-hmm.
They had to do it for a reason. I think it was losing orbit, and they shot it down. But it kind of sent a message to us as a country.
Yeah, I mean, they can go out anywhere in the world, and with their subs and probably just knock them down. And once they knock us out where we can't see, then in half an hour they could just strike and knock this whole place out. I mean, I hate to think like that, but that's the kind of world we're living in now. I think that it's existential. Like when they were able to orchestrate this election fraud with Joe Biden, I maintain that election was totally fraudulent. Totally, industrial level, deep state level involvement, just to make sure that a lot of the Republicans won in 2020, but just Trump didn't. You know, so it's amazing how they orchestrated that. But I think that they did that for a reason. They didn't take all those risks, just for the joy of it. But they have a plan that they're going to make sure that they can control these elections. And so we're at the end of democracy. Yeah,
mail-in ballots are not good. They can be faked.
Right. You can Xerox them.
Right. How are they going to know, really? I mean...
Well, it becomes totally political, because there's no real referee for the match. And there's no way to... Obviously, if you look in Arizona, whoever is, running that Secretary of State position and controls the elections, officially, can really just dictate the outcome of the election, So and I guess they would do that whether they were running themselves as governor or not. She just instead of fixing the election for her candidate, she just fixed the election for herself, And
that's how Florida did with George W. Bush. Remember when it was 40 days or so that we didn't know who the president was?
Correct.
It wasn't. Correct. It may not have been that long.
It was definitely a long time. It was bizarre because it's obvious that there couldn't be any real... Of course, Jeb Bush was in office in Florida, so there was something happening there, I think, that was going to make sure that Bush was going in there. For sure. Who was he running against? McCain?
No, he was running against Kerry.
Kerry, that's right. It was the Skull and Bones presidency.
The Skull and Bones election.
Right. Gotcha. But no, the more that you increase this computer control in everything we do, the more we're going into this technotronic maze of servitude. We're in the algorithm ghetto where we can. That's what I was going to talk to you about. Also, over there in Dubai, they just did the G20, and they're constantly, or they had signed some major international agreements about going into a central bank cryptocurrencies. So they're going to go into the business of running large scale international crypto coins, and also digital ID. So they're going all the way in with that. They're trying to implement that right away. John Kerry was there, and the whole 9 yards. So
yeah, where John Kerry is, there's shenanigans going on for sure.
Yeah. No, I think what they're serious about wanting to get total control of the global populace now with these IDs. I think that once they get it started, they can just begin to build it up, and we'll have these digital IDs, and digital passports, and they'll do vaccine passports, the whole thing, and they'll do a cryptocurrency. It's so I think that it's going to be a total coup of a global empire that they're going to build here. I think it's pretty obviously coming online. I think the North American Union it's a de facto reality. Once
they're not silent about it. They lay all this stuff out. You can find it. You read all those agenda. Remember the Agenda 21 that everyone was worried about?
Yeah, I mean, no, dude. We were just talking about that. Agenda 21 totally happened. They whatever they were going to do, they did it. Like in 2020, so the entire time, Agenda 21 was like COVID, and it was all this power, this digital, industrial, pharmaceutical power complex that was put into place, and we were supposed to have this red wave, brother. I mean, you saw it yourself. It was, I think they couldn't totally dictate the outcome of the election, but they could steal. They could commit enough fraud that it just saturated and it watered down the Republican wave. You know what I mean? They were expecting it, and they obviously, they went to war on all fronts. And this process of election, settling our power struggle with elections is not working, bro. It's just not.
It's not working, but I don't know what are the options?
Right.
Communism.
No, I mean, obviously we have to resist that, but they're trying to.
But they're trying very hard. So they're really trying to push it so hard, and it's never worked, and it never will.
The delicate framework by which we need to orchestrate a fair process for democracy and elections, all these kind of the rules and all that. Like they're saying, they're playing by the Queen of Marsbury rules. The Republicans are, and the other side is just killing them. You know what I mean? They're just systematically smashing them with this program. They were sitting there videotaping all these drop boxes where people were walking up with handfuls, with 5 inches. I don't know, 250 ballots or more, and just dropping them in.
I know that's crazy, man.
They don't care. They're driving up and doing it. They're just they're not interested. They're interested in controlling our future and not letting the actual will of the people be spoken. So these people are totally traitors, man. You can't have a fifth column of traitors inside your country and somehow survive. They're more dangerous than the CCP than the whole thing. So we have major problems.
Well, being a true anarchist is seeming pretty appealing right now.
No, I see where that comes from now. You do. In this chaos, you see that without very much control, with the elites having total power, and the populism and democracy of the people being totally systematically, and the worst part of it is it insults your intelligence, and you're just supposed to go home and lick your wounds and vote again next time, serf,
Yeah, right.
So
you don't like it, vote it out in 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Suffer for 4 years and then vote it out if you don't like it.
It's strange because
you still have a government.
I think when the founders put 4 years between elections, that was really fast. Back then, that was really frequent. But nowadays, it's not frequent enough. I think that with the speed of things, 4 years is enough for them to rewrite demolish the world. And it goes into Klaus Schwab too, and the World Economic Forum. I don't know how they got everyone online like that. They've been working at it for the last 30 years, I guess, to insinuate their little conspiracy agents all over the world, like a modern Illuminati.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're doing, right?
That's what it is. Times up to the 1900s or 1800s, and it's awesome.
So you kind
of decoratively, and it's hard to believe. Anyway, so I'm going to go over there again, probably.
Tell us more about it. You've been there before, obviously.
Yeah, I've been there about 3 times. I'll send you some pictures of it.
Outstanding.
I took a lot of pictures. I'll send you some pictures when I stop.
So, so you're on foot? You're on foot now? You're just kind of cruising?
Yeah, I'm walking on the street.
So what's been on the news lately, the current events? Anything new?
There's something going on in Russia. I can't figure out what they're doing. They're bombing cities, but they're backing off. So I'm not sure what that means.
Well, I was looking at Twitter, which I'm not a big proponent of Twitter, but we just got on there for business reasons. with the Elon Musk and stuff, but they're blowing up about they're showing the Jeffrey Epstein Island travel list, and we're looking through like the what they released.
Great!
Yeah, I'll send you a copy.
Yeah, send me a copy. I didn't watch that video last night. I forgot.
I guess on Facebook they're keeping it tamped down, but on Twitter it's blowing up. I think people are losing their mind. I guess Whoopi Goldberg went there. Like it's fucked up.
Man. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yes. So, okay, well, go do that some more, what you're doing, and then when you're ready tonight, I will get that list together, but then we'll go, which we can just do it intermittently. We can just do random subjects, because it's like there's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts.
That sounds good. What can I do? If for some reason now, don't get all pissy and block me again. If for some reason I can't get to it, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but I'm like a big member in this group of like 4,000 people, this art group, and it's all Spanish. So awesome. You listen, seriously, a lot of them are interested in like, I didn't even know they knew about Blavatsky and what's his name from
Albert Pike or.
Well, him, but I was thinking of the other guy, Manly P. Hall.
Manly P. Hall, yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
No, they're really interested in getting to this point where they're going to try to build some kind of global order, and they're not trying to stop at all. So, not a lot. I'm just trying to like get myself together. I've been working really hard, and today I didn't have to get up. Or usually I've been getting up at like 5 a.m. and then I'll go down to and get there at 6:30 kind of thing.
Yeah.
So today I was able to sleep, and I just like slept like a log anyway.
Sometimes that makes it worse, man. You sleep and it's like the sleep is stuck to you.
Oh yeah. I overslept, and then it's like I feel it. I still feel kind of sore and kind of crazy from just sleeping a lot, but it's probably good for me.
Yeah.
But how's it been?
Did you get this flu? The flu shit?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got something.
I got it too. I had a shot. I got a vaccination too. I still got it, but it wasn't as bad as other people.
Yeah, maybe the vaccine didn't cover that. You know what I mean? Weird, because maybe it was just a different flu. Like,
I guess.
Yeah, but you should have had like your immune system should have been like kind of doing a response. So it should have like.
It wasn't as bad.
There you go.
Other people in my family got it really bad, not because of the doctor, but mine was just stuck to me. It was like walking through molasses or something, just sluggish. I feel.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I guess I did have my little granddaughter over, and she was really sick, just nose, like coughing, runny nose, fever, and nobody else really got it, but I caught it, but it was really light for me. I just had like just a little light cough, and not a real strong response at all.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, you know what I mean? I didn't really lay me down or take me out, so that was good.
That's cool.
But what's been going on? I mean, it's kind of like a certain misery index. Like right now, I just feel like it's like a drudgery. Like we're trying to like carry on and make the bills, but our money, gas prices is kind of like going up and down. But it's like the economy is so expensive. Like it's hard to really.
Everything is, and the gas is. From what I hear, gas is going to be going up right through the summer, and it's going to be outrageous by the time it hits summertime.
Right.
That's what the predictions are.
Oh, it's so believable. I mean, there's no way that we should be getting any good news on the economy for a while. So it just takes all the color out of life. So all the extra things and little trips you would make, it's not happening. Everything takes another month longer than they planned and expected. And so
I have a girlfriend that lives in Canada, pretty close with her on her Facebook, and we had changed gifts. It cost more to mail my gift than the gift cost.
Wow.
It was $40 to mail it to Canada. 40 fucking bucks. And it wasn't heavy.
Did you shop around and was that the best deal you could basically get, or?
No, I just went to the UPS store. There might have been a better deal, but
Probably
UPS
not.
said they could get it there in 3 days. So I was like, okay, I'll switch.
Yeah.
But when they said 40, it was like $41. They said 41 something. I was like, what?
No, it's
and
true.
I bought her a box, this yin yang box, and I put some shells in it. And I'm thinking, $40 to mail something that costs $15. You know,
Right.
crazy.
No, I mean we're trying to do different kind of like businesses online, and we have to ship things, and it is crazy, man. Like it's a huge part of the entire expense of everything in the world is just how much it costs to like get it to you or to put it nearby where you could get at it, you know?
Yeah.
So without that ability, all the different range of products and the huge selection just dies away because it just no longer becomes possible for people to really put their products out where you live at, you know. So it's crazy what we're seeing happening. I mean,
yeah,
where we're at, we're going to this one Walmart, which I'm not really like a fan of Walmart, but it's like an essential thing to be able to pop in and grab something. And like we go into this one place and it's like half the place is just empty shelves. It's like, wow. So are you going to the museum or what's your plan?
Today?
Or, yeah, at all. I mean, I have like a long weekend I'm looking at it, so I was just checking in.
Tuesdays, it's free on Tuesday.
Oh, okay, right.
And Friday, I went last night, it was nice. They got the armor exhibit, medieval armor, and
that's awesome.
Pretty cool.
So you were saying free on Tuesday. I thought you were saying you were free on Tuesdays and Saturdays. I was like, oh, that's like you're busy.
No, okay. Free. It costs like $15 today.
Right. But on Saturday and Tuesday, it's free. Okay.
Friday and Tuesday, yeah. Right, from 4 to 12.
I gotta check out that.
I'll send you a couple armor pictures when we hang out.
All right.
They got, what's interesting is the armor they have is intricately designed with little like filigree looking things, going up.
Little flourishes.
The armor. It's interesting how designed. They have armor for kids. There's all kind of shit there. I mean, it's real stuff that came from like 1300s to 1800s.
I mean, just think about like the drive of the technology for the need because of the situation, because of how typical like man-to-man combat and vendettas and stuff like that was like typified in your world that you had to have this armor or you would get chopped up.
Well, Genghis Khan took care of that because he came in with those leather vests, leather draped like mail vest. Everything was lightweight.
Right.
And he came in and they just, the fucking people in the fucking big armor, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't fight them. It was a different kind of fighting.
Yeah, we just recently watched this one movie called The King, and it shows it shows the life of this young king. Oh, I'm going to say the wrong name now. Henry. It makes me. Is it young Henry of Navarre? Anyway, the movie's called The King, and has the young man, and and it shows this armor warfare where it shows like this like really like different kinds of this battle and like the differences between the armor and light armor and heavy armor and how how it operates in battle and stuff. So I was just watching this movie, I was like, damn, and they do the reenactment so good, They show so much of the armor. You should check that movie out if you get a chance.
Okay, what is it?
It's called The King.
Okay.
And it should be free. I mean, I just watched it. I don't think I paid for it.
Have you watched Wednesday?
Not yet, but I heard about it. I mean, of course, it's, because of the producer.
It's really good. It's just a good show, man.
It's Tim Burton, right?
I watched them all.
Tim Burton, yeah, we're going to check it out. You got to.
Yes, Tim Burton, and, they have that dark sense of humor.
Does it get political, or does he keep above it?
It gets a little political because the cliques in the school,
right?
They're like, they could be like different races. They could be like the Puerto Ricans, the black, the white, whatever.
So this is the environment Wednesday has to operate in, is this like school clique environment. Yeah, that's hilarious.
You'll like it, man.
I'm gonna check it out.
She's really tough, and she sword fights, and she really sword fights.
Fencing. She's gonna be a master fencer. Yeah.
Plays a cello, and pretty cool.
Awesome. All right.
So you going to Myth tonight?
I wish I could. We should. We really should. I mean, we're just getting old, I think the young people are like, get out of here, boomers.
Yeah. I heard that it was supposed to be a blowout there tonight.
We could stand outside and just get hammered outside, and but yeah.
Yeah.
No, but But yeah, I guess, all right, we're supposed to be over there this weekend. We're supposed to come by today or tomorrow, just over the weekend. So I will check with you. Just stay connected here with me. But did you get on Getter yet?
Huh?
Did you get on Getter?
On Getter?
Yeah, Getter is just other like social media platform.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's free. I mean, you get on there, and now they built it out where it's really good. With how it's basically like it's kind of like Twitter. They have a bunch of video, and now they have the messaging board where you can direct message back and forth.
Yeah.
So I was going to tell you, and you can see a bunch of really kind of cool shit on there, kind of crazy shit too that other platforms won't allow. So you should definitely.
How do you spell it?
It's like GETTR.
Oh, okay.
Getter, which is it's just like a weird abbreviation, gettr.com, and it used to just kind of be like Parler, but now they have a whole bunch of members now, and it got really good. So yeah, check it out.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
I checked out a couple of here and there different social media sites, but
yeah, Getter.com. Try it out. I mean, we find that it's like completely. There's no like real drivers controlling it, so like we get like huge response. Like when we reach out and do messages, it shows the analytics of all of your your posts, and it's like I'll get huge reach. Like other platforms like Facebook and Twitter, like I might get 5 or 6 people or whatever, but on Getter, like I'll like get 500 people. And I'll go on like Don Jr., like Donald Trump Jr.'s little handle. And not like I care about these people, but you'll go on there and he'll put a message and he'll have like three comments. You can go on there and be the 4th comment, and you can talk shit or you can do whatever, but you can definitely like directly reach people that are usually out of reach, you know what I mean? So,
I just to change the subject, but Benedict died.
Yeah.
I know you're upset.
No, we were crying and it was sad. Yeah. But he was kind of like the anti-pope in the background. I mean, he kind of got like taken out. I don't think he was really like it was like a corporate takeover when he didn't seem like he was really like with it when he didn't die, right? They just kind of came in and replaced him with this other guy.
Well, he died last night.
No, I know, but he lost the papacy when he was still alive.
That's almost unheard of, isn't it?
Yeah, that hasn't happened since like we were saying before, like 700 years ago. That was the last time it happened where somebody come in and replaced him. So, but there was a bunch of pictures coming out with where he was like a Nazi youth and he was wearing the Nazi youth caps. Not to speak ill of them, just saying, at that time it was probably like making
I think he was horrible. I mean, he covered up all that Catholic shit. He helped cover it up.
No, he did.
Period.
That's kind of how he ended up probably in the position that he did. And he was the head of the Office for the Defense of the Faith, which is the Office of the Inquisition before they renamed. I think they renamed it in 1813. They renamed the Office of the Inquisition the Office of the Defense of the Faith, which sounds much better. I like it. It's an upgrade.
Was he a Dominican?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
But he was in charge of Benedict, or Ratzinger was in charge of the Office of the Defense of the Faith, the Holy Faith, or whatever it is, before he became Pope. So just goes to show you.
The Inquisition, and they called the Defense of the Faith.
Yeah,
that's a good way of
the Holy Office of the Inquisition. Yeah, they just kind of like it sounds much different now. It's like defensive.
Yeah,
but
it's like all of our laws are made. The laws are always named opposite of what they're supposed to be. Yeah,
what about the Congress? They just passed like $1.7 quadrillion spending bill that have just basically cut the new Republican Congress that's coming in will basically have no ability to make any choices on spending now, since Nancy did it for him real quick for a whole year. That was pretty impressive. She's pretty powerful.
I don't know, man. That's insane.
It's sickening.
And especially there was nothing in there on the border or fentanyl. There was nothing in the bill to help that out.
Nope. We're going to keep on losing a couple 100,000 people. I mean, they're bringing so much of it in. It's obviously like you can take the shot. You can take some fentanyl. Like, there's all these different like platforms of like suspect programs. That are gonna before like I think that you can go down to Walgreens and get a flu shot, but it's not as dangerous as some of these other products they came out with that are supposed to be vaccine. I'm still suspicious, so you gotta forgive me.
Well, I'm gonna see how this develops with my flu shot. It's been like a week that I felt pretty crappy, but it's lingering, but I'm not sick.
Do you take zinc at all? I heard that zinc is supposed to be like, they keep advertising.
No, there's something that April takes called Emergent C. It's C vitamin. It's got zinc in it.
Yeah. I think if you keep zinc and vitamin D in your, where you don't have any deficiency of it, it definitely will help. Just like round that off. But nowadays I don't trust the World Health Organization or the CDC or the institutes for the National Institutes for Health and all that. I think that they're just, at one point they were very good protective agencies, and now they're bought out globalist entities.
Bill Gates authority on population control.
Right.
They really are.
And we had this Event 201 deal, and then we had now they're doing another one, which I'm just now hearing rumblings of it. But they're getting ready. This will just be the future. There'll be a biomedical security state. When they used to have emergency war powers, and now they'll have emergency pharmaceutical powers or whatever. And it's depressing, man. It really is.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, I love you, brother. Just hang in there. We'll talk again soon.
All right, call me, man. All right.